Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first class of week 4. We've now made it all the way to week 4. I do apologize that I have to re-record this. I thought I pushed record, so now we'll just go through it again, no problem, which is good. All right, so announcements, software for this class, Adobe CC 2018. If you do not have it, go through the announcement on getting it in the announcement section of the class. Now, something to remember, since this is week 4, take advantage of your chance to resubmit your work. Practice with the programs, design practice, and better grades are what you get out of it. Now, as we come to the week 4, we have the career integration. Remember, to get full credit, that each answer needs to be at least 50 words long and have meaning. So that means proper sentences and paragraphs, no text speak, and input should be something that helps to improve the class and or give feedback as to how it was good for you. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and move on into the next one. And before we go, one thing that I was asked earlier is make sure that you guys have code in your final. If there's no code in it, you don't get full credit for that class, for that program. All right, so for this week, week 4, we have, in the final week, you'll be publishing your self-promotional interactive infographic to 3 types of media. Now, this is why you guys need to really make sure to follow this. And we'll be going over that Wednesday night. One for a web page viewed on a desktop, one for a computer or laptop, that is, one for a mobile device and a browser, and one is a standalone app for a smartphone. So publishing the multi-types of devices and output media, that's what we will be covering. All right, so with that, the assessment, like I said, we're going to go over that tomorrow night because there's 3 things you need to do. But for now, we're going to go over some more of the coding just to give you guys some more practice with that. All right, so last week, we built a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This time, we're going to be covering how to make no-bake cookies. All right, so something I started off with here is you'll see that we have a blue background. Why a blue background? Well, let's go over here to Google and take a look at something. If you're building something with food, you want to make sure that we start to pull people in. What are some of those ways? Well, one of them is in color theory. We're going to look at logos. All right, so if you look at these, most of them have red, yellow, blue, and black and white. That's it. Excuse me. Okay, so now with that, what it does is these have been the colors that they have found tend to pull people in and make them hungrier. And somebody said, let's try orange. What about that? Well, using orange, something to remember, it's a combination of red and yellow, yes, but orange throws up caution, okay? And by throwing caution up, people will back away from that. You won't get as much attention, okay? So if you look at these, you'll notice that orange is used sparingly, but it's used as a, for example, let's look at this one. When they use it, it's as a flame. So it's not it's the caution of the hot, but it's based on the food that they're serving. So that's something to remember, okay? You can use orange, but it all goes back to what is the fast food that you're serving. Okay, so with that, now we're going to go ahead, move forward. So now as you see, I've got the blue here. Well, that's going to be my background, all right? So with this, we're going to create a kitchen, all right? So this is going to be our kitchen. Now to do this, I'm going to actually use, I'm going to say 4 seconds to start with. All right. Well, you know, I thought about doing it on a table, but I think we'll do this kind of a stove. You know, one of those stove tops that you have the stove on one side and a counter. But to do this, well, let's start. Okay, so we don't want, we're going to need another blue. All right. No outline for this one. All right, so there we go, the blue. By doing that, now we're going to select it. Notice it's 1265, so we're going to make it 1200. 0, and there we go. All right, so there we have it set. Well, we're going to make this, we're going to take this, and we're going to first view the ruler so we can make some changes here. Now, one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off 600 because that's the middle point. Going across, and 300 going down. All right, so now that would mean that 150 is the middle, okay? So I want to take it to the 200 point. And let's go in. So if 600 is the middle, we're going to go to, let's try the 200 mark, which means over here, we're going to try the 1000 mark. All right, so now, the reason I did this, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, take it to right there, and do the same on this side, take it to right there. All right, so that's going to be my table and my burners, and then on the other side, it's going to be this flat table, all right? So let's put the burners right over here, okay? So we're going to make the stove right here. All right, so now when it comes to a stove, okay, I make the round, but it's not going to be exactly like that, is it? So what we're going to do is we're going to make one. Let's go ahead and make the burner using Illustrator. All right, so to do this, and this is a start. As you can see, we're going to get there here later. But for right now, we're going to take this. We're going to start. Oh, that's not what I want. It's too big. Start. There we go. I'm making the burner. Oh, still messed it up. All right, there we go. You know, that's going to be great for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the burner. Well, black's not going to really show up on that color. So let's make the burner, the one we're going to be using, should be red. All right, so FF1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to copy that. Oops, copy it, come over here, place it. Okay. And one's going to be right there. Then one there. And then one more. All right, so there's my burners. But this one, instead of being red, we're going to make it kind of a blue color so to show that it's cold and off. So let's grab this blue right here. Okay. This one, same thing. And same thing. All right, so there we have it. There's our burners. The only reason I'm keeping the red one is because now that's where we're going to be cooking. So it needs to be warm, right? All right, now what we're going to do is over here's where we're going to be mixing and here's cooking. Okay. Well, now we need a fridge. Well, the fridge goes in the background, right? So first things first, we're going to grab a good color for a fridge. And that is probably going to be a light gray because white's too bright for this. All right. So let's go right here. All right. Now I'm going to take that and put that up to there. And we'll see how well that works. That's going to be too much. So we'll just grab this point and pull it down some more. So it looks about equal. We'll take it and move it over. Okay, so it's close. Now we just take the point and there we go. Right, because it's not going to be up here. It's back there. Next thing we need to do is, well, let's see the width of it. The width is 152.95. All right, so now we're going to add some texture to it so it looks more like a fridge. All right, there we go. And Command V, a little bit wider. All right, yep, that's gonna work. Now we'll take that and put it right here. All right. Once again. There we go. All right, now we need to add handles to it, right? In fact, what we can do probably is take that and move it up just a little bit more. And we'll just move this in. It's right up against. We're going to just go back and leave it there. It's going to be a little tall, but that's okay. And we'll just take all of that, and to adjust that, we'll just go like this. There we go. Okay. And this is the fun with this. All right, so we're going to take that and take it over. Take this back to there. There we go. Now we have it. All right. Now we need the handle so we can open it, right? So we're going to draw another line. Straight down. This one's going to be a little bit wider. All right, so one's going to go right here. All right, now one is going to go down here on the bottom. All right, so there we have our fridge. Okay, so next, let's add some depth to this, okay? So to add some depth, one of the things we can do, let's add like a window, all right? All right, so now to add a window, just take this, and we'll make the outside a light blue, like a sky, right? So let's go to this one. And we'll have a border. In fact, the border will be a little bit wider. And actually, we'll make it a darker blue, all right? We'll make it match the countertop. So to do that, all we have to do is grab this. There we go. It's 000066. Okay, so that's going to go here. Pound 000066. All right, and then this is going to be that light blue. All right, so now we're going to come up here, make the window, copy, and now paste it in place. Okay, we're going to do it again. Copy, Command C. And then notice I don't have paste in place. But if I undo it, then I do. All right, so there we have our window. And you know what? That's not quite the blue I wanted. We want a little bit darker. There we go. Now it doesn't overpower. Okay, so the next thing we need, let's put some drapes up, and then we're going to build a wall, a clock on it, okay? So we're going to take this, put it right about there. Now some drapes, all right? Nice way to make a drape. And we are going to take this down to 2. In fact, you know what? I don't think I need the border on this one. But what I do need is add some points. Put one right here. Put one right there. All right, why did I do that? Well, now, if I grab this and curve it out a little, take this out, curve it just a little, we're starting to look like curtains. Just a little curve. And same up here. And this side. There we go. So now that looks like a curtain, right? So we're going to copy it. In fact, we're going to shrink it first. Move it in so it's a little too wide. So there we go. There we go. Command C. And Command V. I'm going to put one right here. And look at that. See how that color mixes? You lose them. So we need to change the color first. All right, so we come over here. Let's do kind of a yellow. That adds some color to this, right? Well, in the process, we're gonna take this over here, put that right there, make it a little bit taller. All right, so that looks good. Okay, so we're gonna make it a little bit taller. And yeah, we can even curve it out a little. No, look at that, straight up and down. All right, so the next thing we want to do, now that we've added that, is we're going to copy that and paste it. All right. First, let's make sure. Okay, that's probably a little too long. There we go. There we go. So copy, paste, and let's go back for a second because I don't want it taking part of the window out. Okay, so now we move this in. There we go. All right, there we go. So now, copy and paste. This is going to go to this side. You know what? Rather than paste, let's paste in place. And the reason is, so we want to paste in place. I just use the arrows to go over to there. All right, now you notice the black lines tend to take over. So for that, let's go in to about 400% and take a look. See, the black lines really took over here. So what we want to do is now we're going to start to move those black lines back. But you'll see they tend to take over. So we can do now is we'll grab the eraser and just scoot them off. Yes, it's taking out the yellow too. But it didn't. See? So that's something to take care of when you're doing this. Just remember how things are going to be laid and why. Because if you look, that whole thing is not on the background anymore. Okay? And that's putting these above it. All right? If I move them, the whole thing moves. So how do we fix that? Well, let's do this. What we're going to do to fix that problem. Let's go to 450. Whoops, 350. All right. Now to fix that, what we're going to do, we're going to go backwards to where I added those in. All right, so we're going to copy it. Delete, notice. Okay, so we're going to get rid of it. All right, so gone. Now, what we're going to do is drawing objects. There we go. And Command V. And see, it still does it. So you can't turn that on and paste. It has to be a new drawn object. Now, there is another way to do this. What we're going to do, we're going to take this. Whoops. Come on. Select the whole thing. There we go. Click. Convert to symbol. And it's just going to be a graphic. So this is the window. Okay, now paste in place. And notice it goes behind because it's a symbol. So the symbol takes the top layer. So what we're going to do is now we're going to make this a symbol. All right. So right click, convert to symbol, curtain. Okay, now I could take that and put it where I need to. As you can see here, with nothing happening, so I didn't lose any of its integrity. So we're going to move that down, adjust it just a little. All right, now I'm going to copy it, paste. Notice it's not pasted in place. So let's go to 300. All right, so we're going to delete it. Right click, paste in place. Now we're going to just move it over. Now notice it's a little bit wider on one side. So that's going to be opposite so that it's on the inside, right? All right, so now all we have to do is edit. There we go, transform, flip horizontal, there we go. All right, so now we have our curtains, but it looks, let's try something and see what it, yeah, we're going to just leave it as that. Now I need kind of the frillies up here, right? So we're going to do this. No border again. All right, so there we have that. And we're going to add some points. 1 and 2. Why did we add the points? Well, this is why. Now I can sit here and drop this down, drop that down, and drop that down. All right, so now we just take this, select it, click, do the same thing, convert to symbol. It's the top curtain. I forget what those are called, so we'll just put top curtain for now. There we go, top curtain. All right, now I want to go back into it for a minute and lower that one down. There we go. So we'll go to here, and we'll take this, and if I put it right here, it's a little short. So use my option, drag it out. All right. Okay, so now, there we have it. So what I want to do is just take that whole thing, Command C, and delete it. Because this layer was a mistake. I wanted everything onto the same layer for now. All right. And what did I do with my fridge? Where'd my fridge go? All right, there we go. I have my fridge back. Ah, the fridge was on that layer too. So the background, we're going to come down here. Let's lock that one. There we go. And we're going to right click, paste in place. That puts that back. And it's a little short, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. All right, and then we're going to put it right about there. All right, so now we have our window. We have our background. We have our stove. We have our fridge. And I'm going to copy the fridge. Well, we're going to do this and copy the fridge. Command C, delete it. So that layer's gone. And Command V, take the fridge, put it in its location. All right, so now we have the fridge. Next, let's make kind of a clock or something. Okay, this all goes together. And guess what? I think I put the burners on that other layer too. So we got to go back. Yep, I did. So we'll go back. We'll take the fridge. In fact, we're going to take that whole section right there. Command C. We're going to delete that layer. All right, so now we're on this layer. And we're going to unlock it. Paste in place. Paste in place. All right, so now we have our kitchen. All right, so we're going to leave it at that. All right, so this is the background, finished. All right, so now that we have the background, something we never thought about is that we're going to need a, you know what? We're going to do one more thing because this is way out of balance and it's going to drive me nuts because it's called white space. The white space on this is going to drive me nuts. So first thing, we're going to take the grids, the guides, clear all guides. Okay, we're going to take this. See? Now we're going to place it in the same place. Paste in place. We're going to have some fun here. Yeah, that's not going to look good. Well, actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to take this. There we go. And there's our windows. Okay, so now the white space is balanced out. Sorry, that was driving me nuts. All right, so we're going to save this. So File, Save As, No Bake Cookies. No Bake Cookies. All right, now what would have solved all this? Well, the biggest thing that would have solved a lot of this is if I would have actually taken and did everything we learned from the beginning, the storyboards. That would have really fixed a lot of this. So just remember that's one thing in the future to do, okay? You know what? Since this is a fancy kitchen, I'm gonna have fun here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. There we go. Now we have a six piece, yeah, that's our stove. So we're going to save it. All right, so now this is saved. So the next thing I need to do is realize that we did not do anything to prep for this. So what did I forget? Well, I need something introducing it, right? So we're going to take this, lock it, come on, take that, and we're going to drag it out to 2 seconds, okay? So anything before, it's gone. Because I want an intro here. And, well, I started building the intro earlier. So what I'm going to do is we're going to basically open the other one. So we save, File, Open, Recent, and, well, let's just go to File, Open. And Desktop. Notice we have a No Bake Cookies 1. So we're going to open that one. And something, we're going to go back and I'm going to demonstrate. Let's bring it up. I'm going to demonstrate the text, okay? So that's finished. Now, why this? Well, this text was something that's going to stick out because we're attracting kids. It's the yellow, so it adds to that yellow, blue, red. And, well, using this font style, it's great because it looks like No Bake Cookies in the end. The only thing is, we used yellow. Well, if I use tan, here's what's going to happen with a tan. You know what we're going to do is we're going to look at hex code, hex color, tan. All right, well, tan right here. So we're going to take that and use that. And you'll see why yellow's even better here. All right, so here, and V. All right, so there's the tan. Now let's bring this over and see, go back to here. So we're going to go to here, Command V. Oh, it's not doing it again. So what I'm going to do is go back and we're going to save this, Command S. And now, File, Import to to library, the no bake cookies, there's the text. And we'll just bring the text in for now. Now granted, that's going to be an issue. But let's just put it on here. Well, we need to add a new layer. There we go. So now we'll just put it onto here. All right. Let's see, take a look at that. It's there, but it doesn't quite stick out very well, does it? It does, but it doesn't. Now imagine that being yellow. Okay. So let's go back and notice for some reason it didn't even bring across the borders. All right. Well, that's because it's text. So what we're going to do, Command C, V, and right click, create outlines, and now we're going to save this. Okay, I did the Command S. Now we're going to go back here. We're going to delete that. Gone. All right, there are 3, gone. So now we're going to bring it in again. File, import to library. Now watch the difference in what I just did. You'll see down here is the version that's just the regular text. We don't want that. This is all the outlines. Now watch the difference. Where? Now we'll bring that over. And look at the difference. In fact, that kind of looks pretty cool. That looks better than the yellow. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and use that. All right, so here's this. But now what I want to do is this is no bake. All right, so we've renamed it. Now, why did I rename it? As we go, you're going to see why. Because I want to be able to take this and use it. All right, so now we have that. Because if we look, here's what the yellow looks like. See, the yellow sticks out really well, but that one makes it look more like cookies. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, these are outlines, right? But it's a symbol. What I want to do is now I need to put recipe, okay? Well, I made this a symbol already, right? But now all I have to do is double click. Now I'm inside the symbol, okay? Now let's go back to here. First things first, let's go to 600 again. And then 300. All right, so there we have it. Now we're going to make sure this is centered. Okay. And now we need recipes. So this one's gone. And all we have to do is here, recipe, Command CV, and then right click, create outlines, and Command S. So save. All right, now we're going to File, Import to Library, Text. Again, we don't need that one, and we just need the outsides. And this is recipe. Now the recipe is going to come across. It's real small too. We're going to put it right there. There. All right. There we go. So it looks pretty good. All right. So now, but look, these are both separate. Okay. So what I want to do now that I have that where I want it is just copy it, delete it, go back into here, If I go too far, see what happens? I go into the whole group. We don't want that far. We just want to there. All right. Right click, paste in place. What happened? Okay. Well, since it wants to be difficult, we're going to go back into here, paste it, and see, it's really being difficult. All right, so there we have it. Now we go back out. That's now just one whole thing, okay? Now something else I want to add to that. Let's go back. We're going to do the Illustrator. Okay, so that one's gone. All right, so now if I take this and draw a line, double click on that line, go to the brush, to that style. Okay, this is all one outline. Okay. Now we go back to that color. Whoops. Let's get this color again. And let's copy it. All right, so we don't want that. All right. And then we're going to put that there. All right, so now we're going to take that, transform, let's see, excuse me, we're going to, we can't outline it because it's already outlined. It is a line. All right, so we're going to copy it, copy, come over here, go back into there. Now Command V, post. All right. Now, notice there isn't one here. We don't need to worry about that, right? All right, so we're going to do this. Thin it down. Now we go to Properties. And see, because it's a line, same thing, okay? All right, so now let's go back into it, and we're going to make it a little bit longer. All right, there we have it. So it's ready to go. That whole thing is now one symbol, right? But it's going off to the edge. Let's see why. Oh, we still have stuff up here. That's where it was placing it. Okay, so we're going to come back into here and delete that. And delete it again. That should now take care of that problem. So let's take a look. Yep, now it's all there. All right, so fit to window. So now that whole thing fits. All right, so we click on it, make sure centered. Yep, perfect. It's just where we want it. So now we're going to save this. All right, so that is the no bake. Okay, so now we have the no bake made. So the no bake, what I'm going to show you is we take it straight out. All right, now if I were to use code to push this along, so I click on it, and let's go to the code snippets, all right? And we want HTML5 canvas, and we want animation. We're going to move it horizontally, all right? must be converted to a movie clip in order to apply a code snippet. Okay, so there we go. Now it's a movie clip. All right, see, 100 at a time. So watch, we do the command enter. And notice it moves in each time. Okay, so it's going slow. All right, so now what we want to do is with that, well, remember right here is the break. All right, so I want it to stop right there. So we're going to add the actions. All right, notice column 1, line 12 of 12, actions, frame 1. Okay, so let's go back to look at the timeline. That's where it's at. Well, I want this right here. And this is another good example of why I prefer to do this with all of it. Okay, now we convert to blank keyframes. Right here, I click, go to actions. Notice I'm on at 47 now. Right, so it's this dot stop, open close, semicolon. All right, so now we save it and do the command enter and watch. Nothing happens. It stops because I said stop right there. Okay. So this, if I wanted it to slide in, let's go back to this code, to the actions. So now we're going to put X plus. So let's put it at 350, 450. Now watch. It started to slide in. Okay. But it didn't slide. Okay. And that's part of the thing to remember is it, well, let's go to the properties. Now we're going to change this to 5 frames per second. Now command N, watch. Command enter. See, it still went to right there, all right? So it didn't slide in. It really did not slide in. So how do we get things to slide in? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to click on it. Now let's look at the code snippets. These are motion presets. Code snippets, well, it's the same thing. It's move horizontally, vertically, rotate, rotate, animate horizontally. Ooh, well, let's try that instead. So we're going to go back to the actions, frame 1, Command A, delete. Now we're going to clip on it. Notice it keeps the movie clip name, okay? So now we're going to go back. We're on frame 1. Click, code snippets, animate horizontally. All right, so plus 10, functionality going in. All right, so this here will tell you, the codes tell you how to use them, all right? Default direction of the animation is to the right. To change the direction of the animation to left, change the number 10 below to a negative value. So this would go to negative value. To change the speed at which the symbol instance moves, change the number 10 below to the number of pixels you want the symbol instance to move in each frame. Because the animation uses a tick event, it progresses only when the playhead moves to a new frame. The speed of the animation is also affected by the document frame rate. All right, so we're going to take this back to 24 for now. All right, now watch. It's going, going, going. And see, there's no stop. It will not stop when it hits this spot. All right, so we need a value in here to make it stop. This movie clip plus 10, that's how fast it's moving. We need a stop function. All right, so let's go and program one. This dot stop 300 semicolon. All right, now watch. It's going. It still did not stop because I did not associate the event listener to it. Okay, that has to be done. Now, to get this to stop then, well now, because it's an animated video, let's go here to the library, because it's now that, and properties, click on it. Notice effects, style, blending, visible, render, original, no change. Now, filters, blur, glow, adjust, remove, enable, disable. There is no stop. Okay? So that's something to remember, where sometimes this will work, sometimes it's better to go with a tween. Okay? So that's how you tell the difference between when to use it and not. All right, so now we take a look at this. Now, X plus, and let's go to look something up here really quick and watch this. So, HTML5, sorry, yeah, animate C 2018, HTML5, canvas, this dot stop. All right, not working, okay, on a timeline. Well, let's go back down here, create properly, stop a movie clip, okay? Now this one asked how to do that as we go through, and this is some of the ways. I'm also showing you how to research to find these answers, okay? Canvas, play, not work. All right, so we look at this, function go, Windows set timeout go 2000. Okay, what this person did is this inside a function, do not refer to the main stage movie clip anymore, because once you change it, okay, so here's this stop doesn't refer to it. Windows set, that's the time frame, the regular one, function go, and there is no stop. So what we want to look at is the function stop. All right, so we come up here and we're going to look at function stop. All right, so this two go to and play, there's no stop there. Again, here there's no stop. There we go, this stop, this letter A, add listener, click. That's if you click the mouse. Well, we're not wanting to click the mouse. We want it to just stop. So that's not going to work, all right? So that's something to remember about, okay? And that's where that one's going wrong. All right, edge animate, can't use G-step in a function. And see, this is how you start doing your research. All right, so here we go. How to stop one from looping. Well, there's a video right there that does it for you, okay? So these are things to look for. Stop code with action panel. Okay. But guess what? This is a book. All right, so anyway, back to this subject. I was showing you how to do some of that research. Now, we want it to stop. That we're going to go ahead and rather than do that, because this is one of those chances, it'll be a lot easier than doing the code, okay? So what we're going to do is take all that out. And now we're going to go back to the timeline. This is the no bake, and I want it to stop right there. So this whole thing doesn't have the no bake to it, right? But, okay, so if I move that out, right here needs to be convert to a blank keyframe to there. Come on, let's select all that. It's no longer needed up to there. So remove those frames. All right, now, so right here, I want this to move across. So we go to, basically, we're going to go to right here. All right. Create a motion tween. So right there, we're going to do shift and move this forward. All right, so that's what we have. Now it's going to stop, and it's going to stay there that whole time. All right, so here's what we have. Bloop. Here we go, the no-bake cookies. All right, so next, what we want to do is I'm going to have the recipe come in down here. All right. Now to do that, what we have to do is come down to the timeline. And we're going to lock that. And we're going to add one. And the first ingredient happens to be 2 cups of white sugar. All right, so this is going to be the sugar. All right, so this is the sugar. Now, come back over here. No longer need that. So for the recipe, 2 cups white sugar. Now notice we just lost our brown again, so we're going to put that back. There we go. And those are gone. Okay, so 2 cups white sugar. All right, so we go there, Command C, V, convert it to outlines. Now, you'll notice right here, that's 2 points. Okay, now watch as we do this. We're going to create outlines. All right, Command S, come over here. Now we're going to File, Import to Library. Click here. Do not want that. We just want all those. Import. We come over here. It's the text again. And as you can see, this is now the sugar. Sugar. All right. Now we're going to bring this over to here. Now look how dark that is. Okay. Well, we're going to fix that later. So right now what I want to do is I'm going to just align this right here. Okay. So we'll fix that. No, I'll fix it now. Okay, so if I take this, I want all of it. There we go. Now we go over to the properties. Notice here, I can take that down to 1. Come back here. And see the difference? It's so much easier to see it now. Here, we've still got all that. So what we're going to do is the same. We'll lock that, lock that, do the same thing. Okay. All right, so we have all those. Now, same thing, go down 1. Now look, that looks so much cleaner. And we're going to do that with this one too. Take it to 1 as well. There we go. That's really clean now. All right, so now that we have this, we go back to the beginning. All right, 2 cups of white sugar. Now all I have to do is duplicate this. So duplicate layer. The next ingredient is 2 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder. All right, so we go back to here. Well, let's save this where we're at. Now we're getting rid of that. Now before we do this, let's go to here and change that now. All right. So anyway, now we need, what was it? 1/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder. All right, so 1/4 cup unsweetened. Now I'm going to do this, enter, tab. It's too much for that one. Cocoa, P-O-W-D-E-R. All right, so we'll take that. And then we're going to just actually take that over there. Now we're going to Command CV. Create outlines. Now watch as we bring this one over. Command S for save. All right, now File, Import to Library. Same file again. That's the good thing. Go do that and import. Now let's go take a look. It's the cocoa powder. So C-O-C-O-A P-O-D-W-D-E-R. Okay. Plus underscore. All right, so cocoa powder. All right, now we're going to take this one and drag it over. Notice it wouldn't go over because that's locked. All right. Okay, so now we want to unlock that. And I did, there we go. Yeah, I did the Command Z too far. C-O-A powder. There we go, cocoa powder. All right, so now I'm going to bring this one over. Oh, there's an easier way to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to delete that. Take this, duplicate. All right, duplicate the layer. All right, now notice the sugar goes all the way out. Okay, we want it to end right here. So everything from here forward is going to be removed. All right, so right here, since this is the copy, we're going to actually change it to C-O-C-O-A cocoa powder. All right, now watch. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Now you can see that I just copied it, right? Well, now all we have to do is right click on that, come down here to swap symbol, grab the cocoa powder, and there we go. Now, so we're going to have to do some line up here. All right, so there we go. Now we have that lined up. Notice it's still a little large for everything, so we're going to shrink these down just a little so that they fit inside that middle point. Okay. Since there's 8 ingredients, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So there we have it. All right. Lock, save. All right. Next, we want to do it again. Duplicate layer. All right. So for now, we're going to lock that one. All right. And the next thing we're going to make is a 1/2 cup of milk. All right. So I'm going to shut this one down. There we go. So we want 1/2 cup of milk. So that's gone. 1/2 cup milk. Take that one out. Command CV and do the same thing. Right click, create outlines, save, and we'll do the same thing. File, import to library, and we'll skip the bottom. Now notice this says incompatibility report, it's blank, so all is good. So import, all right, this is milk. All right, so now for the milk, we're going to, we go to right here, right click, there we go. Right click, and now we want to swap for the milk. All right, so notice it doesn't quite go in the same spot. It goes in the middle of where everything was at. Okay, and we'll make these small adjustments when we're finished, okay? So now we're going to, we have the cocoa powder, and this one's milk. As you can see, we turn it off, the milk's gone. All right, now we want to duplicate this one again. So now we're going to duplicate the layer, lock the milk, save everything. All right, and the next thing is 1/2 cup of margarine. All right, so we're going to come back up here, delete 1/2 cup of margarine. Yep, 1/2 cup of margarine. So this one's easy. margarine. So command CV, right click, and we're going to create outlines. Command S for save. MARG, margarine. Let me double check the spelling. Okay, yes. All right, so now, because of that, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Notice this is, let's unlock each of these. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now it is going out. Yes, like I said, we're going to have to adjust that as we get there, okay? So let's go to 60 to view this. There we go. In fact, we could probably go to 50. All right, so now the next thing is the margin. So we're going to lock everything else down. Save again. File. Import to library. Margarine. Import. There we go. Text. M-A-R-G-A-R-I-N-E. Margarine. All right, so now we click on here, do the right click, swap symbol. Margarine. Okay. All right. So now we do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now we take a look, and this one seems to be closer. So we're going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3. So I thought so. 2. Yeah, I'll just go down 1. Now I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the same with this one. 4. All right, so now we have these all spaced out the same. Notice they're a little bit big, so what we're going to do is, okay, so now I just want these things. Now we're going to go over here. Option. There we go. Now we're going to save it. Now watch. As it comes across. Okay, so those are already there. They're looking pretty good now. All right, so the next thing we need to do is get those moving. But we'll do that last, okay? Because we're going to do this first. All right. So next, so those are all done. The margin, well, we're going to lock it. Sugar. And we're going to duplicate the layer again. Bring that one to the top. And the reason, because now, lock. Oh. Come on. Now we're just going to take that straight over to here. Now you will notice that this puts that right there. All right, so let's take this to right here. So it's the middle. That's there. So it's looking pretty good, right? All right, so now, whoa, right. Next one is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to go back. And you know what? I'm going to just go back a little, especially to here. All right, so 1 teaspoon, right? So we're going to go here. And
I couldn't find Gallagher here in your music.
yeah, I know. Okay, right, so now 1, come on, space TSP of vanilla, vanilla. You know what? I think I might be able to put that one up there. Oh, Siri, quiet. There we go. Extract. Okay. So copy that and paste it. Outline it. Outline. Save. All right. So now file. Import to library. Not the bottom. Import. All right. Vanilla. No. There we go. Extract. All right. And since this is the copy, vanilla extract. Right, so now we're just going to right click, swap symbols, and put in the vanilla. All right, so there we go. So that was really easy to do. Let's go ahead and go back up to fit to the window. All right, so now we're going to duplicate. So duplicate layers, lock, vanilla extract. And you know what? They're both off. There we go. So now all right, so that's the one. All right, so this next one is going to be 1 pinch of salt. Salt. And 1 pinch of salt. Command CV and outline. Save it. File, import to library. All but the bottom one. And just to verify it again, see, still no issues. Import. And this is salt. All right, so now, because this is duplicate, select it. And we swap the symbol. Whoa, cancel. Swap the symbol. We want the salt. Okay. All right. Now we save it again. So we're getting there. There's 2 more ingredients, all right? Then we're going to add the action to those. All right, so now what I want to do is we're going to duplicate that. Right click, duplicate layers. All right, lock that one. Now this one is a shift 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the others. Now notice it's a little bit off. And that's because, well, the amount of everything that we're using, the words, okay? So now what I want to do is now it is half a cup of chunky peanut butter. So that'll take care of that issue. All right. So let's go to here. Delete. Half cup chunky peanut butter. Okay. Create outlines. Save. Go over. Import to library. All the way down. Turn that one off. Import. And over here, I'm going to call it peanut butter. All right, so now we click on this one, right click, swap symbol, PB. All right, so I'll see how far off this is all at. Okay, so as you can see here, as you can see, now we're still here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts it right there. Peanut butter. All right, so now what we want to do, we have that, and I'll go back and line all this up afterwards just to make sure when we're finished here. So now we have the peanut butter. All right, now we're going to duplicate that one. Duplicate, lock. All right, so there we go. We're almost lined up with everything now. But now we want to change this one. Excuse me. Sorry about that, I had to cough. Okay, so now we want to line this one up. So this next one, the next ingredient and the final ingredient. 3 cups of quick cooking oats. But you know what? I'm going to alter this because my wife's gluten-free, so we can't use oats. So instead, I'm going to use Rice Krispies. Okay, so Rice Krispies. So I want 3 cups of Rice Krispies. So 3 cups Rice Krispies. CB, right click, create outlines, save. Okay, and now the fun part, we're going to go import to the library. Go down, turn that one off. Import, right, and Rice Krispies. Right, and then we come over here, right click. We're going to swap the symbol to the Rice Krispies. All right, now all right, and there we have it. Now we have our stuff. So we're going to save this. Notice there's still a stop here. All right, and we go to here, it goes to that scene. So let's run it. All right, so there we have it. Now we're set. Now we're going to move forward. All right, to do that, what we're going to do is now I want each one of these to come flying in while that comes in, okay? So we're going to go back to the timeline. All right, so we start here. Well, this one is going to start out here too. So we're going to right click, and you know what? We're going to basically take these come on to the 1 second. Now look at what happened as we did that. See, it cuts it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back, delete all that. So remove all that, add 1 frame so they all go out. Take this one back. Do the same here. But I need to make sure to go out to the 4 seconds. So insert the frame so it goes all the way. And I don't need that one. It needs to be gone. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now what I want to do is right click, and now we're going to create a motion tween. All right, and we're going to take this, and this is where I've got to go down. All right, so we're going to take this, come on, Rice Krispies to there. Now it is 1, 2, 3. Here we go, 1, 2, 3 to the border, okay? Now, what that does is that gives me this. Okay? See, it's moving out as that moves in. So let's go back, and you notice I didn't move this, so let's move that with it. So there, now it'll stop. But you notice as it comes out, it's moving away. We want it to end with that there. So what we're going to do is right click, and we're going to come down here, reverse keyframes. Now watch. So from the beginning, it's going in already and stops, okay? So now all I have to do is we're going to go down these. Watch what happens if I create a motion tween on each one. You can do them all at once, all right? Now I'm going to take this, copy. So we're going to copy it. Notice I can't just copy the whole thing till I highlight it. Now I can copy the motion. Come to here. Okay, so now we click here. Notice I can't paste the motion. Well, the reason is it's locked. So now we go there, and now I can paste it. All right, so now watch. That's the peanut butter. But I just ended here, okay? From there. So I want to take that whole thing. So everything else is locked. All right, so we take that whole thing. From there. And look, it's still not going to work, all right? See? It doesn't go all the way off, but it starts, okay, there. So I need to move the starting point. So we go back to here. That starting point is backwards, as you can see. All right, so what we're going to do is instead of pasting it, we're just going to go like this. And we're going to move it, okay? So from here, all I'm going to do is drag it to here. But look, I goofed. I did the beginning again. Now we want to be at the end, right? The end. Okay. So now here, we want that one locked. Now here, we want it ending here. So let's go back to the beginning. And come on, there we go. And here we're going to actually go 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so there, we're going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we start here and end there. Okay, so that's the way it should be. Unlock this one and paste the motion. Again, same thing. So we can't really use that idea. So right there is where we end. And on there. Go back. So we're going to pick right here. We're going to insert the keyframe in that position. So now we go back to here. Now we can take this, move it over, and go up 5. Okay. So now we've got things coming in. All right. Lock it. Same thing. Unlock this one. Come right here. Now, Control. And all we have to do is insert keyframe in that position. Then go back to the beginning. Move that over to here. And do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6. No, 5. Okay, so everything's locked. The Rice Krispies, I want the vanilla. There we go. Okay, so there. There we go. All right, so we save this. And as you can see, they all come in. All right. Ooh, this one's off a little. What is that? The peanut butter. Peanut butter's off. Go to the end. There we go. All right, so that's now set. Now we need to do the other side. So we're going to unlock the margin. And what I want to do first, all right, before we do this, is we are going to go to the very beginning where everything starts, and we're going to put the lines. Just that one. That's all we need to start with, okay? Because now I'm going to start with the margin. All right, so the margin, come to right here, right click, convert, insert keyframe, position, right here. I draw that one out and down. One, two, three. Make sure. Let's go there. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right, so that works. So it's locked. So now it's coming in. All right. Next is the milk. Insert keyframe in that position. All right. Now, the easiest way to do this is go back to here. And again, we're going to take this the same way, but we're going by the end of it rather than the beginning now. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this a little bit easier. There we go. And then we'll just line them up like that. All right, there we go. So now we just line them up like that. And we'll actually go take a look at the others to make sure I lined them up pretty well. Yep, perfect. All right, next. So we've got the milk, the margin. Now we need the cocoa. So we go to right here, insert keyframe in that position. Then we go back to the beginning. And this is going to come over. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock. And now we're going to do it here. Same thing. In that position. Okay. So we go back to the beginning. Shoot it over. All right. And lockdown. Save. Remember to save every so often. Now watch how everything's coming in together. Perfect. It flows right in and everything. Okay. So that's the first part. Now, some of the coding. Let's talk about some of the coding here. How do we find some of the coding? Well, there's a couple ways to do that because the coding, as you saw, it's going to take some stuff, take some things here, all right? And what my goal is we're going to make a button, all right? In fact, we'll make the button right now. So that button doesn't appear till about here. So we're going to insert a layer. All right, so it's going to be right here where it stops. So we're going to convert to blank keyframe. All right. Now, once it stops here, that's when the button is going to appear here. All right. It stops as the button's there. So to get the button there, what we want to do is it's just going to appear. All right. So let's make the button. And because it's that, so let's go ahead and we're going to go to Illustrator again. And we're going to make one. All right. So let's take our shape to our star. Or let's use the polygon tool. All right. All right. So there we have our polygon. But stick in the cookie manner. But I don't like that. So we're going to delete that. And we're going to do this again. So that's, I don't want the document setup. I want the, oh, come on. All right. So we click here. Now we're going to create it. Now I just do this. All right. And let's go to the outline. All right. Now what size is that outline? It's 1. Perfect. So now I'm going to copy it. And, well, let's add an arrow. Okay. So for the arrow, I'm going to go here, 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 there. All right. Well, now all we have to do is duplicate that, right? We duplicate it, it's not going to do what I want. This. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to start that over. And we're going to take the fill off temporarily. All right. So what I need to do is we need to view the rulers. All right. View the rulers. All right. So now I'm going to start here, here. Well, let's take it to there. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. We're going to go to there. Now we're going to go to there. Okay, so that's how wide it's going to be to begin with. Right? And the length, well, we're not going to have to worry about that because now what we have to do is, well, yeah, we're still going to have to worry about it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right. Now we can start this. So I go to here, 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 and here. All right. All right. So now we take that. We're going to transform it. We're going to reflect it. Review, and we want it funnel. Copy. Well, I know what I forgot. We have to actually select all the lines. There we go. All right, now we can do this. There we go. Transform, reflect. That's weird. We're just going to do this, Command C, V. Okay. And we're going to reflect it. There we go. Now it's working. And we're going to put that right there. All right, so now all we have to do is connect here. So we'll just take from here, click to there. All right. So next, all we have to do is fill it. 0. Let's get this all back. Go back to here. No, I think I'll just stick with this. Now we're going to just write in it. So we're going to get rid of all those. Now I don't need those any longer. So view, rulers, we're going to hide rulers. And then I'm going to go back up to here. Clear guides. There we go. So next, this is gone. This. Click to next step. Put that right there. Yeah, I like that better than that one anyway. There we go. And this, we're going to take 25. No, not that far. Let's go to 50. There we go. That's nice. All right, click to next step. Here, what if we fill that with black instead? That looks really good. That'll work. In fact, now, get that off. That looks really nice. So we're going to use that, all right? But for this, what we have to do is actually create outlines. There we go. So we're going to save. File. Let's see. Excuse me, come over here. Now we're going to File, Import to Library, the text. And I don't need that one. I do need this, so import. All right, so this is now next. All right, so the next is going to go right here. All right, so let's save this. And here we go. Let's see what we've got. Perfect. All right, so now we're ready for the next step. Okay. All right, so next, now that we've got that, now we have to start worrying about this step right here. What's next? Okay. And I'm going to always have this here. All right. So wherever there's a frame, we're going to just say go to and play. Go to next frame and play. So let's go to here. This is the button. So I'm going to only have one button, all right? So right here, now, because that's where it appears, the actions, right there, down, now, click, go to next step. So now we're going to, on 24, we've got the stop, motion, well, we don't want motion, sorry, code. So now we're going to go to actions. Then we're going to go to, come on, timeline navigation. Click, go to frame and play. All right. Whoops, I forgot to click something there. There we go. All right, so now go to frame and play. This is 24. We want 25. Save. Now watch. So as it comes together, this is a real simple one. Comes in. There we go. Click. It goes to the next one. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to, right here, we're going to go ahead and end for the night. And we'll pick up here tomorrow. All right? So thank you guys for watching. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Have a nice evening.